Now, for years, the Kenyan education system has operated on a factory settings model: one pace, one classroom, one rigid curriculum. But a growing number of parents are now hitting the quote reset button. Tonight, we tell you why a section of parents have resorted to having their children learn at home, trading the cost of a crowded system for a data-driven pursuit of mastery learning. From bypassing the friction of competency-based education implementation to creating a flexible blueprint for adult education, the living room is becoming the new frontier of educational autonomy. And TV's Laban Shaban reports.
For 6-year-old Siantaraji, the school bell doesn't ring at a gate. There is no signal of a rush into a crowded assembly. It is a press of a switch outside their house, a signal that our school has arrived at her doorstep. Martha Alura is one of a growing number of parents opting out of the conventional system. For her, it isn't just about a curriculum, it's about control.
Most of the times I tried physical school. It did not quite take me well because my kid would get sick most of the time. So the in and out of school got me a bit thinking, should she do physical or homeschooling? And that's when I chose homeschooling.
Global audits and the National Home Education Research Institute reveal a significant performance edge in homeschooling, with learners typically scoring in the 80th and 90th percentiles. This success is driven by mastery learning, a model where students must fully grasp concepts before proceeding, effectively eliminating the learning gaps common in fixed-pace conventional schooling systems. The shift is further accelerated by structural efficiency and personal safety.
Mtu ambaye ni umri wangu hajasoma shule na anataka kuanza darasa la kwanza. Naona sasa itakuwa aibu sana mtu rika langu umeenda umekaa pale na watoto wadogo wanaimba a e I o u I o u.
By eliminating commutes and administrative dead time, core studies are completed in nearly half the time. This family has 2 learners enrolled in a homeschooling system to follow the competency-based education and training curriculum. One is in grade 1.
I also have a sister. She's in grade 6. School for her was physically draining because she'd be given a lot of assignments. She comes home, she's really drained. She doesn't even want to talk to all of you. She's very angry. She sleeps late. Then she has to wake up early. So it's a whole cycle. So when it reaches the weekend, she does not want to see any of you. She just wants to sleep.
But a living room doesn't become a school by accident. It requires an engine. Helen Jerry founded Elimu Plus to turn this domestic shift into professional standard. She started the organization in 2018 and it picked up during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 when schools were closed until May 2021.
When schools opened, we told the parents, now we are done, you guys go back to school, we move on with life. In the process, what happened is parents refused to go home.
And that is how this institution grew in leaps and bounds amid demand for alternative provision of basic education and training.
I can't wait to see.
The bridge between the platform and the learner is Nancy Kamuna. Her office is anywhere with a Wi-Fi signal or a physical address.
Sometimes you don't have to go in there and write notes and all that. They can learn through games. So I think that is the most interesting part. And also being able to give assignments online, mark assignments online, give exams online, you know, it's very interesting.
Learners enrolled here follow their chosen curriculum, including the competency-based education and the British curriculum. They also take internal exams to track their progress.
Regular schools are not for everyone. That is something we need to accept. So they are not for everyone. So they have to. So we come in between, we bridge the gap. You're not in school, we will register you to a sub-county, you will access school from home, then during the exams, go and sit for your exams.
Very clear.
Critics argue that although homeschooling in Kenya offers flexibility and personalized learning, it raises key concerns around social development, quality control, affordability, and legal recognition.
you're in grade 6, which means...
But the proponents defend it, saying homeschooling doesn't mean isolation. It means selective socialization. The overall system still faces significant structural and regulatory gaps that may affect learners' outcomes.
In schools, everything is monitored, quality assurance is maintained. If it's a public school, it's there. If it's a private school, it's managed well. There are systems. But the homeschooling, there are no systems.
Whereas the Constitution of Kenya guarantees every child the right to a free and compulsory basic education, the legal framework for home-based learning is shifting from ambiguity toward recognition.
Hardworking, not everything.
Although the Basic Education Act primarily defines schools as physical institutions, the High Court has affirmed that the right to education is not limited to a classroom.
25% of our students are in the diaspora. And in the diaspora, majority of the students are in Dubai and other UAE countries. And then we have UK and USA. We have few from China. And and others are distributed in other areas. Then we have the rest, which is 75% of our students. They are in Kenya. And in Kenya, majorly they are in Nairobi.
In Kenya, the law is playing catch-up. While the constitutional right to learn is clear, the 2013 Basic Education Act remains silent on the living room classroom. The lack of a regulatory home means that while these parents aren't breaking the law, they are building a future without a government safety net.
To learn about?
It is a bold, self-funded frontier, one that is already providing a flexible blueprint for the next generation.
Let's clap for Sian.
Laban Shaban, NTV.